Okay, fuck it. So since there's no fights, I'm just gonna waste my time doing a quick directive weapons review for all infantry weapons on all factions. I'll give you also the attachments I use, kind of my thoughts on it. And yeah, that's about it. A question I get a lot in this game is, are directive weapons worth it? And I'd say generally the answer is no. Like I can't think of a single directive weapon that I would say feels like a reward, especially if you're the type of player that feels like directive weapons are a grind. Let's assume you're getting 100 kills an hour, playing 1 to 2 hours a day. It shouldn't really take you more than a week or two to finish each weapon start to finish. And so yeah, for directive it should take like a month or two. Like I'd say if it's taking more than that, you're probably not going to find the directive weapons rewarding, especially if you feel like the grind for it is painful. Like I'd advise you just to stop because it's not worth your sanity to get just a shiny version of the defaults. But hey, that's just my thoughts. If you really don't believe me that the directive weapons are the same as the defaults, you can go on the test server, and I believe they're available there for you to test. Another disclaimer, most of the directive weapons I did on this account were quite a while ago, before they changed a few things. So you'll see some of the weapons I picked don't really make that much sense. And yeah, that's because it was a long time ago, they changed some stuff, and also I was an uneducated noob back then. So now if you ask me for advice on which weapons to do, I can give you a much better selection. Also, for the attachments and stuff I'm going to show on the directive weapons, these are just my choices. I'm sure some of them aren't meta. If you have better ideas, drop them in a comment down below. I'll try them out. If you want to see a more in-depth review of a specific weapon, maybe like a tips and tricks on how to do a certain directive, just let me know again in the comment below, and maybe I'll make a video about it, maybe not. At the very least, I'll drop a weapon, or I'll drop something to help you in the comments. And with that, yeah, I'm just going to do this video in one take, hopefully, and we'll start with the Dark Star. Dark Star, I'd say, is probably one of my favorite assault rifles. A lot of people complain that the Beetlejuice is overpowered, which I don't think it is, but I'd say the Dark Star is probably a lot better than the Beetlejuice, in my opinion. So as you'll see, again, it's based off the Pulsar, so most of the stats are the same. Only difference is the reload speed is a bit faster, like it's the same for short and long. And it's got less ammunition, as well as a worse hipfire accuracy slightly, because of the compensator that's built into it. You'll also notice that with every single directive weapon on Vanu now, it's heat-based, and so the trade-off for that will always be that a few of your rounds are missing, but they also usually make the long reload a bit shorter as well. Compensate for that. With attachments, on most of my assault rifles I just put high velocity, soft point, because I mean the cure launcher, if you're using medic, it's not really needed. And then yeah, if you're an engineer, it's nice to be able to heal yourself, so maybe that's why you'd want to have it, but otherwise just run a laser. Heavy barrel or short barrel or nothing, like it doesn't really make that much of a difference in my opinion, but I just go with the heavy barrel, and you'll see it has pretty good hip fire, and this thing is a laser beam. Like you will have no problem getting targets from far away, as well as up close, and overall it's just a pleasure to use. There's not much I can say about it that's bad. Usually it's my go-to when I'm on Vanu, and I'm doing like medic or engineer. I just grab this. Another cool thing about the heat mechanic, this is for all the weapons with heat mechanic. You can reload them if you want, not very useful. But if you switch weapons and the weapon's not fully overheated, it will cool down while you're in another weapon. So here you come back, I overload it halfway, come back, revive a few guys, and it's all down to nothing. However, if you do overheat the weapon and you switch weapons, it's not going to cool down. Once you overheat, it forces a reload. So yeah, it's not that long, but just keep that in mind, try not to overheat it. Okay, next weapon will be the Eclipse. So the Eclipse, pretty good weapon. I mean, the Solstice itself is nice, which is what the weapon's based off. And so yeah, when you compare stats, pretty much the same weapon here, except since there's a laser built in, it's got a bit better hip fire. And then muzzle velocity is a bit less, I believe, because it had like soft point on it. And then yeah, again, trade-off, you have a smaller reload and smaller magazine. With the Eclipse, I normally run unstable ammo, and here some people are going to debate, whether to use unstable or soft point. In my opinion, the trade-off for unstable, like instead of having a 2 times headshot multiplier, it's 1.2, which is still really good. And in exchange for 300% bigger bullets, I mean, really, you're not losing anything equipping it. On the barrel shotgun, since there's already a laser, you can get 3 free kills with that. Short barrel, because you're going to be hip firing it more often. And basically, the goal with this weapon is just be a dick, fly around, use those impulse nades, go fast as fuck, be really hard to track. Meanwhile, you have a really tight cone of fire, little bloom, and you're firing bullets the size of cannonballs. So yeah, you can really be a pain in the ass with this weapon. And the good thing is, since it has also the heat mechanic, you don't have to worry about ammo when you're going kind of on your own Black Ops missions, away from friendly or enemy ammo packs. You don't have to worry about running out of ammo, since, yeah, it doesn't use ammo. Overall, this weapon, we're all really like making the LA a busted class, busted carbines, busted unstable ammo. Yeah, it's a solid weapon, really strong, a little overtuned in my opinion. Like, I feel they need to remove stable ammo, but yeah, they probably never will. That said, you don't really have to unlock the Eclipse to do this kind of shit. It's available with the Zenith, with the Horizon. So yeah, you can always grab your unstable ammo on those weapons and do pretty much the same shit with that. Fun weapon to use. You don't really have to unlock it, since most people will never anyways run out of ammo in a life. But yeah, it's there. Launchers I'll skip because I want to just do it last. Beetlejuice, we can talk about that. So it's been discussed time and time again, Beetlejuice overpowered, blah blah blah. In my opinion, it's a solid weapon because it's based off the Orion and the MSWR, which are solid weapon models. Again, the mag, you're getting 5 shots less for the heat mechanic. I don't really like this. Like, I already feel like 50 is a bit small for the mag on a heavy, especially a weapon that fires this fast and is this good. I guess it's just the TR&D. Like, I would have liked a bigger mag, but it's still a really good weapon. And your reload is, uniform again. Really good. I mean, there's not much you can say about it. This is kind of like your default go-to weapon when you're Vanu Heavy Assault. I normally run it with soft point, laser, and then you can slap a short barrel on it if you want. I mean, the cone of fire and bloom is already quite manageable. And I'd say like I ADS it like maybe 80-20 of the time. So, 80% of the time I'm aiming down sights, 20% of the time, I'm CBC hip firing. I don't really feel like I need the short barrel on it. But yeah, solid weapon. Really not much to say about it. It's been discussed time and time again. The scout rifles, so the Revenants, I don't really understand these things because there's just better options. Like you have the Obelisk, you have the Kamal, the Vandal, bunch of shit, but it's there, I guess. It's kind of a copy, of the Eagle One. Again, smaller mag, faster, uniform reload, I guess, and then a bit worse hip accuracy because there's a built-in compensator in it. Yeah. Normally I run it with the high velocity laser on it, and then, yeah, that's about it. And overall, I mean, it's a good weapon, can't complain. I guess also the fact that it's a weapon where you're kind of pacing yourself between targets. It's nice that if you're doing it well, you probably won't have to reload often, because I doubt you'll manage to overheat the weapon. But yeah, I mean, again, it's not bad because, Rel bought scout rifles to the moon, but there's just better options out there, in my opinion. Especially since it's the same thing as the Eidolon. You can literally just grab the Eidolon and do the same shit with it, except you have to reload once in a while. One of the downsides also is you can't equip a grenade launcher, which is kind of the whole point of the first generation scout rifles. So I'm not sure if trading the grenade launcher for unlimited ammo is really worth the trade-off. Like, especially most of the time you use this weapon on your engineer, so you have unlimited ammo anyways. Whatever, I guess it's there. Next up, shotguns. So the Chaos, again, shotguns are all good because, Rel. Yeah. This one, again, is a copy of the default with one less round and a faster reload. Yeah, it's nice. Would I use this over the Baron? No. Or even the pumps, which are just one hit kill. Yeah, probably not. I don't really use shotguns that much anyways, but there's just better options out there, even though it is a solid weapon just because Rel made all shotguns busted. Next up, we'll go with the Immortal, which I had already. So yeah, again, this is kind of a thing, like, all pistols are good, but yeah, it's not better than the meta pistols, per se. Like, it is, at the end of the day, just a beamer with infinite ammo and soft point ammo equipped. Yeah, there's not too much to say about it. Just slap a laser on it, and yeah, just do your thing. It's good. It's not worth a pilot or a commissioner or an underboss, The only time I can see maybe like an argument for this pistol is if you're a stalker infill cut. Yeah, then you never need to go to a terminal or find an ammo pack because you'll never run out of ammo. You have the potential for like an infinite kill streak because you're fucking invisible and you don't have ammo. But apart from that scenario, like I really don't see the benefit of equipping this pistol over the meta ones, even though it's a solid pistol. You can get quite a lot of range on it too. Yeah. Honestly, I never use this shit. Like there's just better options out there. Sniper rifles. Yeah, it's fucking busted. What can I say? I'm not even sure which this one is a ripoff of. I think it's this one, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So yeah, you can see the stats are pretty much all the same. Yeah, a little shorter minimum damage drop off, I guess, and worse hit accuracy. Boo-hoo. Yeah, I mean, it's a sniper rifle. It's fucking good. You don't have like a bolt or something, but there's like a split-second delay between every time you pull the trigger. And like you can't just hold it down, like it's not an auto weapon, so you have to pull your finger from the trigger, wait like a split second, and then you can fire again. Yeah, I mean it's a good weapon. I don't really use it that much because I don't play in field because it's busted as fuck, and I just don't like the idea of using the infiltrator class. But it's good. Like sometimes I'll just spawn in a spawn room and we're getting spawn camped and shit. You can't even go outside. I'll grab this, pick a few targets off. You know, some easy kills. And I guess the good thing also is like you never run out of ammo. So if you're one of those highly skilled, super, you know, infills that, you know, park outside of a hex and just fucking blast people that are AFK, you can do that forever without worrying about resupplying. Yeah, if that's your thing. I wouldn't pick this over the Tsar, to be honest, because I just don't like the high magnification scopes. Like anything more than a 2x, I'd say is just useless. But it's there, you know. If you're an infill, use it, I guess. Good for you. Next up, we'll finish with the Scorpios. You know, SMGs in general aren't the best, and I'd say on VS they're kind of mid. But the Scorpios is a version of the Eridani, which I'd say, apart from maybe the Canis, is like the best you can get on VS. So yeah, as you can see, it's basically an Eridani with a uniform reload. Yeah, you can slap unstable ammo on it, which I wouldn't do if you're doing like a heavy or something, like a build where you're gonna go for the head. But if you're like a light assault and you're bouncing around and shit, maybe it's nice to have that in your secondary. You know, you can still fly around and have a decent chance of hitting your target with that. Laser, of course, because it's an SMG, like you're just gonna be hip firing it most of the time. And yeah, again, solid weapon, but you know, SMGs in general, like I don't really use. And I'd say if you're a heavy, there's probably better stuff you can equip. If you're a light assault, yeah, maybe it's nice to have this in your secondary, but pistols, like the swap to pistol is faster anyways. Or you just pick the Punisher, which that way you can have the impulse nades as well. I don't really see when you would use this, to be honest. But it's there. So yeah, that's all for VS. Next we can go, I guess, when it decides to load. We'll do NSO last, we'll go TR. Okay. Alright, so I guess we're starting again with the Unity, right? Okay. So the Unity, again, I mean, it's a solid weapon, and I'd say on TR, most of the ARs are really good. On any faction, most of the ARs are good, but I really like the TR ones. And the Cycler is a classic. So here, it's literally copy-paste, like the exact same shit. Yeah. I slap high velocity on it, a laser. You can have the cure again if you're engineer or whatever, but laser in general is better. Short barrel because this one is nice to hip fire. And yeah, you basically have a really solid weapon. You know, no complaints about it. Really, again, if I'm a medic or an engineer, this is kind of what I run on TR. Yeah. But at the end of the day, it literally is just like a shiny version of the T1 cycler. So there's nothing we haven't seen on here. Yeah, just the only argument for it, I guess, is the cure launcher, which you can equip on the thing, on the default. But I'm pretty sure everything else you can. Yeah. So yeah, if you're not going to use the cure launcher anyways, then why the fuck are you unlocking it? Carbines, so the track shit, yeah, I wonder if you can tell, I don't really like this weapon. And it's not that it's a bad weapon per se, like again, it's based off of the track 5, so I'm pretty sure the stats are all kind of copy-paste apart from the laser sight benefits. Yeah, so as you can see, hipfire is a bit better. Because of the built-in laser sight, and then muzzle velocity because it had soft point ammo equipped by default. Which yeah, there it is. On barrel shotgun, yeah, again 3 free kills or 4 free kills, whatever. And short barrel because again, when you're light assault, you're kind of just firing people and moving fast as fuck, being a pain in the ass to track. And yeah, that's kind of what we're going to be doing with this weapon. Yeah, it's not a horrible weapon per se, but it's like you have the Jaguar, you have the Lynx. Why would you use this? You have the Kindred as well, which is quite nice. Why would you use this? I don't know, and I don't. Like I don't even think. Yeah, I don't really use it that much. Okay, launchers will skip. Okay, a lot of people are going to comment on this that I have it, even though it says, like, yeah, I didn't finish it. They fucking deleted it, and yeah, after a few weeks they brought it back, but that's why, like, I don't really have, yeah, that's just, it is what it is. They deleted, like, one of my knives, like, a week ago, said they're not even going to give it back. So yeah, just be careful, like, you fucking turd man and DBG out there ruining your game. Next up, the Butcher, which I think is probably my favorite thing when I'm on TR. Again, kind of a copy of the Carve. Wait, why? Sorry. Kind of a copy of the Carve. Yeah, you get 19 more RPM. Yippee. A bit less muzzle velocity because of the soft point, I guess. But it's weird because it doesn't push. So I don't know what the fuck they were doing there. Reload's exactly the same, but you do have 50 more bullets by default. And then the best part about this weapon, you have the extended mag, so you can get 300 rounds, which honestly is super fun. Like you can just hold down doorways and shit. Completely farm squads of people without needing to reload. So that's really one of my favorite things about TR. Just Butcher, just hold mouse 1, and I guess on this weapon you could also slap a heavy barrel, which, yeah, I mean, I don't really see the difference between having it equipped or not, for being honest. So yeah, put it on or don't, doesn't matter. Laser sight sometimes is useful, but I mean, you're already not supposed to be hip firing this weapon, so in the situations where you are, laser sight's not going to make that much of a difference, to be honest. But yeah, it's a super satisfying weapon. Like, you never have to reload, and it's just awesome. What can I say? Who doesn't like 300 fucking bullets? Yeah. Next up, we have scout rifles. Again, kind of like the on VS. It's the exact same thing as the AMR. Oh, it has longer reload, I guess, because it has 5 more shots and worse hip accuracy. I guess because of the built-in comp. But yeah, at the end of the day, it's literally just that default. Now, there was a time when Mr. Rel launched his explosive ammo where this shit was busted as fuck. And if you don't believe me, like you can search up some old clips on YouTube, I'm pretty sure, and people commented about this. It got nerfed. It's still not bad, so I run with that, or just run with nothing. Laser sight, because I mean, why not? Compensator, because there's literally no downsides. And yeah, you can just do this shit. Again, there's better options, I'd say. And kind of the whole point of the first gen scouts is that you have the grenade launcher, which is not equipped. So I don't know. I don't really use this shit. The Havoc. So this is basically the default shotgun, but made fully auto. And shotguns are fucking busted. Yeah, it has a little bit more maximum damage range, a little worse reload. I mean, not that big of a difference, and you have 2 more bullets. The gun's fully auto. I mean, yeah. You know what a shotgun is. I mean, it's good up close. Thanks to Rel, it's not too bad at range either. There are better options though. Again, just use a Baron, use the pumps. I use this a bit, but I don't really see the need for it, to be honest. Yeah, maybe slap an extended mag on it, so you get even more bullets. But yeah, really, I'm not a big shotgun fan, so whatever. Next up, the President, which I have. So it's based off the Repeater, which is already a really solid gun. Probably the only pistol I'd say rivals with the metal ones. And here they basically just took 3 rounds off of it, and they were like, here you go, it's a fully auto now. So yeah, it's good. For 3 rounds, I'd say, like, I don't know. I don't really understand why you remove it. I don't feel like it's a good trade-off. Like, honestly, this shit I could just do with the Repeater. Yeah, I don't know if it's worth taking 3 extra bullets, but it's still a good gun. You know, most pistols are. Is it gonna replace your commish, your underboss, the pilot? Probably not. The Bighorn, I didn't do the infill, like the snipers on this account. It was on another one that got deleted, and I don't like snipers, so fuck doing them again. But yeah, the Bighorn is basically just a sniper rifle that can one-hit kill heavies as soon as they turn on their overshield. I mean, good for you, but most of the time you don't even need that. Like, you can one-hit kill them before they even turn on their shield, or their shield's already drained for more than a second, so they're one-hit killable anyways. But it's there, I guess, if you want it. Yeah. Submachine guns, yeah. So the Shuriken, is probably based off of one of the better SMGs in the game. It has 10 more rounds at the expense of slightly longer reload. Otherwise, all the stats are the same. And it will melt people in close quarters, especially if you aim for the head. Yeah, I mean, there's not much to be said about this. You already know how powerful, to be honest, this can be. It's definitely in one of the top SMGs in the game. But I don't really use SMGs that much on CR, so I don't know. Not really my thing. It's still a really good weapon that will shred people in CQC. So yeah. And yeah, of course, with SMGs you want to run soft point, laser, suppressor if you want, but I don't really see the use for it. Next, we'll go with the new conglomerates. which is probably my least favorite selection of directive weapons, besides the NSO, I guess. I don't know. I mean, you'll see in a second, but not really my thing. Okay. So yeah, again, we'll start with assault rifles. So the Gauss Prime. I mean, you can probably tell already. I don't really fucking use it. Not to say that it's a bad weapon. I mean, it's based off the Gauss rifle, which is quite nice, and it's literally the same shit, but with a faster velocity because it's supposed to have built-in high velocity ammo, I guess. You equip that. You can equip the laser, again, your launcher, whatever the fuck. Short barrel, heavy barrel, doesn't really matter. And yeah, it's good. I mean, yeah. If you've used the Gauss rifle, like you know exactly how this weapon feels. Would I use this over the Reaper? No. You know, like that's really my main complaint about the gun. Like, it's not bad, but why the fuck would you use this when you have the Reaper or the Bang? Like, I don't know. I don't see the use for it. Yeah. Next up, carbines, the Fortuna, and again, you'll see it's kind of like a pattern here. It's not bad. I mean, the Mercenary is a good weapon to base your shit off of, so. Of course it's good, and it has the laser sight, it has soft point. You know, equip that, soft point, under barrel. You can equip the extended mag for like 5 rounds, but why? And short barrel, because again, the whole point of light assault is just flying around and, you know, ADS the fuck out of people who can track you. Yeah, again, good weapon. But why the fuck would you use this when you have the G7F, you have the ACX-11? There's just no reason to. So yeah, a good weapon, but again, because there's better ones, I just don't use it. Yeah. Next up, we'll skip launchers again, and I didn't even do it on this character yet. Godsaw, yeah, again, like, I don't really know how to feel about this weapon, because it's good, again, based off the Godsaw, like, you can't really complain much, and you do shed 2.5 seconds from the reload, which is a lot, but you also lose 1/3 of your fucking magazine, which is a lot, so, I don't know, hip accuracy is a bit better, but yeah, you're going to want to slap a smart feeder so you can, you know, grab a few more rounds. Normally I run forward grip and compensator. And yeah, it's a good weapon. Do I prefer the default saw? Probably. You know, it's still not bad, you know, like I've been running this a bit more often when I'm NC, and you know, you can't complain about it, like it's a fucking laser beam that can 3-hit kill at most ranges. You know, most of the time you'll just flip around and dink a guy 3 times in the head before you even know what hit him. It's really fun. The other thing about this weapon is that it does have a switch fire mode, which is supposed to do more damage against maxes, I guess, and can damage vehicles to an extent. Now, there's no reason to ever use this, since, I mean, the default mode already does a lot of damage to the max, and you have your launcher, you have your AV nade. And then the only scenario where I can see this being useful is when you've set a vehicle on fire, and you know, instead of spending 10 seconds to reload your Desi while someone steals your kill, you just switch modes and finish them off. But yeah, also you're not going to be using this against infantry too much because it deals a bit less damage. So yeah, do be careful. As soon as you see this animation and you're shooting infantry, you definitely want to switch fire, because, yeah. Overall, I don't know if the trade-off is worth getting that many bullets out of your mag, but whatever. The Guardian, again, same scenario, you know, your Gen 1 scout rifle, where is it? Basically a Warden with high velocity ammo built in and a compensator, which is why hip accuracy is worse and muzzle velocity and maximum or minimum damage range is a bit more. Again, or it doesn't even have high velocity. What the fuck? So I guess run soft point or don't run anything. Run comfort grip. Comfort grip. Okay, and compensator. Yeah, I mean, solid weapon, like all scouts, but why the fuck would you use this when you have the bishop? And even just use the warden, man, and slap a grenade launcher on that. You're good. I don't really see the use of this one. Shotguns, now this is a bit weird, because in the beginning, it was just a Mauler that they had slapped an underbarrel on, and it literally made no sense. But yeah, not long ago I noticed that they added extended magazines and stuff, so like you don't have to run the underbarrel, and I guess that makes a bit more sense. But also, this is why would you use this weapon when you have the Baron, when you have, you know, the Claw, the Bruiser? Why? It doesn't make sense to me. Especially, like, the Mauler is literally the exact same shit. So, I don't know. Any reload's faster. I guess, sure, if you want 2 more bullets. I don't know, man. It just doesn't make sense to me. And yeah, before it was even more retarded, because it was just like, you have your little underbarrel there, but you also have your shotgun. So it's like, I don't know. I never liked this weapon, and I don't really use shotguns in general, anyways. The executive. Okay, yeah, I already had it. It's a mag shot. What can I say? Mag shot's a good pistol. Oh wow, you get 20 more damage in exchange for 2 rounds. Okay, it's a solid pistol, and you're probably just gonna want to slap a laser sight on it, and that's it. Yeah, not much to say about it. Good pistol, but again, like everything else, it doesn't overshadow the meta ones. So why the fuck would you ever use this? I don't know. That's all I can say about this thing. Moving on. Sniper rifles, again, I don't like infills. I'm not going to do it again, but it's basically like the big horn or whatever. You can one-hit kill a heavy with overshield, which, you know, fuck you. But yeah, there's no reason to use this, in my opinion, over the CQC ones. But you do you. Finally, the SMGs, the Tempest, which I never used to use before because they had stupid attachments built in. And now that they changed it, it might actually be the best SMG in the game, at least one of them. So yeah, you'll notice it's basically a Cyclone with extended mags. But because you have extended mags baked in, you can run a laser sight, which is really cool. Of course, soft point ammo, and then yeah. So this weapon, you know, not much to say about it. It fucking slaps, you know, on heavy, on infill. You're gonna be melting people, especially if you run those headshots. And yeah, really, it's an upgraded version of the Cyclone, in my opinion, which is already one of the better SMGs in the game. I mean, on NC you have a great selection. You have the Gladius, you have the Cyclone. Well, personally, I think this is the best. and I will definitely start using it more often. Now that they fixed now that they buffed all directive weapons by letting you equip what you want. Anyways, so that's all for NC, and then my least favorite faction of all, which I never fucking play, is NSO. And NSO, yeah, it's honestly like everything Rel did. To be honest, it should just be deleted, removed, reverted. Just what a waste of time and resources. But it's there. Yeah, not impressed, honestly. We'll start with the Maxwell. So, yeah, the Maxwell, I think it's this one, right? Yeah. It's supposed to rip off this one, I guess. It has a faster rate of fire, longer reload just a bit, worse ADS. Okay. Like every assault rifle, you want to equip high velocity, laser. And on this one, short barrel is nice because, yeah, it has a very tight cone of fire. Now, this weapon is not bad. You know, a lot of people complain about the NSO ARs, and they're mid for sure, but whatever. Would I use this over the NS11? No. But I mean, it's not like I even play NSO anyways, so whatever. Not really my cup of tea. It's still decent, but I don't think it's worth the NS11, in my opinion. Carbines, now this used to be a fun one. Well, it still is quite nice. I'm not even sure which one this rips off of. But yeah, it was really good. I mean, it's still really good, but it was even better before the nerfs. Like it was crazy. I'd say overpowered. And yeah, having experienced that, like the weapon is just not the same now post nerf. You know, it's still good, and you can see from the stats, it's quite nice. The thing is, it fires like 2 bullets at a time. So yeah, that's kind of like its gimmick. It fires 2 bullets at once. Yeah, I don't know. You can't ADS it per se. Like this is just the most you can do with it. It's nice, of course, but I mean you have the Tanto. You have the CBX 75, I think it's called. I'd say those are probably the weapons most people would prefer over this one. Yeah, like it's still my go-to as a light assault because, again, it's nice having those 2 bullets. You know, you have more chances to hit people while you're fucking around, being hard to hit, strafing everywhere. I don't know if it's that good now, but yeah, I don't play NSO too much anyways, so whatever. Okay, we'll go launchers last. We'll do the Galilei, which, man, this weapon, like, I don't know. It's technically basically just the same as an Orion or an MSWR. You know, like the tried and tested 750, 143 damage model. Don't quote me on this, but I feel like the reload is pretty long for this. Like I think on the other ones it's like 3 seconds. This one is like a full extra second for the same size mag, which is a bit retarded in my opinion. But whatever. Soft point, laser, short barrel, and yeah. I mean, it's not a bad wet per se, but I have the same complaint with all the fucking NSO LNGs. Why the fuck is there a useless handle that takes up a third of my fucking screen? Like, why? What are we doing? And that's really one of the reasons I just can't play this class. And you can say, yeah, sure, like, it doesn't do much in the grand scheme of things, but man, just having that shit just fucking annoys me. It bothers the fuck out of me. And I don't know who designed this shit, but bro, why the fuck did you put this useless shit over there? I will never understand this. And that's probably one of the reasons I don't do NSO and I don't use the gallery. The Feynman, again, solid weapon. I mean, all scouts are. I'm not sure. I think it rips off this one. Yeah, I think it's this one. Yeah, fires a bit faster. Has a bit less range, I guess. Reloads slightly better. You can equip. Why is soft one equipped? I'd equip high velocity. And this one actually you can equip a nade launcher, which is weird because the other directives you can't. But this one you can for some reason. So just go with that as an engineer. And you can melt people again. I mean, it's a scout rifle. And you have your underbarrel mode, which is quite nice. But yeah. Overall, would I use this over the Vandal? Would I use this over... What else do they have? Like, I definitely use it over their faction-specific ones, but... Yeah, the Tomo or the Vandal probably would be my go-to compared to this shit. Not bad, but again, there's better. Shotguns. Now this is an interesting one, and not interesting in a good way because again, I don't know what they were smoking when they did this shit. So it does kind of rip off this one, which is the pump shotgun for the NSO. It's got a bit faster reload, bit better damage for some reason, like in terms of range. And yeah, overall the only thing you can really equip with this one is the extended mags, because you have 4 bullets, which is fuck all. And yeah, so when you hit fire it, it's a pump. I mean, busted as fuck. You know the drill. Now, when you ADS, it turns into some sort of ghetto thumper, which I'm not sure what the use is for this. Like it literally doesn't make any sense to me. I don't know. Like at that point, why wouldn't you just grab a thumper or the Helios? Like I don't understand losing your one hit kill potential for some goofy splash effects at range. Especially like you don't fire fast enough. Like you probably shoot one slug, sure, light the guy on fire, take a bit of half his health maybe. But the dude's gonna dome you probably if he's got any other weapon. And yeah, I don't really understand the potential of this. Like the splash damage isn't even that big. Like the radius, so I don't know. It's just weird. I never use it. The Dirac, I think, yeah, it's this one. So it's again a nice pistol. I mean, it's built off the Lastly, which is nice. You can see slightly better reload on the Lastly. And yeah, the Lastly also has 2 more rounds. But here, this one, it kind of acts as a mini scout rifle, basically. And you can see already by the velocity and the kind of damage model it has. It's a bit weird. Again, just slap a laser sight, maybe an extended mag on it if you really want, but laser's fine for me. And yeah, by default it comes with a 3x4, and that's kind of, yeah, it kind of indicates what this shit's supposed to do. It's a pocket scout rifle. Now, it's good. It's good at CQC, it's good at range. Would I use it, again, over the meta pistols? No. Like, there's just no reason to. Yeah, like that's all I can say about it. It's good, but there's better. I guess maybe if you're a stalker info, you might like it, but I don't know. Like you might as well just use the black hand if you want to pretend like you're a sniper. Here, the sniper rifle is fucking weird because it's a semi-auto. It functions more like a scout, I guess, because it's got no damage drop-off. It has a really slow fire rate, and yeah, it's semi-auto. I don't like it. I mean, I don't like playing infill in general, but you know, when you have shit like the Mako, or just any of the bolts that just one hit kill for no reason, why would you give that up for like a worse scout rifle? Like I don't understand it. Maybe someone has a use for it. I don't like it. The Schrodinger kind of tries to follow the Newton, where you know it's firing 2 pellets every bullet. I think it copies this one. Yeah, and so yeah, you'll see. So the damage, it looks like it's halved, but that's because you're firing 2 pellets instead of one. So you can double the damage. Basically, it's the same. And yeah, everything else is kind of the same. Obviously, you're gonna want to equip soft point, laser, and that's it. And yeah, like you see, you're firing 2 bullets. So it's like it looks like you have 60 rounds, but you actually just have 30. I mean, again, not a bad weapon, but not a good one, in my opinion. You have on the NSO, you have quite a nice SMG. I think it's this one. Like the 3x burst one is quite nice. I really liked it. And I don't see a reason to use this one, like the Schrodinger over this one. Even the other SMGs are quite good. And I don't think this one comes close to them, to be honest. Again, it's a bit weird. It's not bad, but it's not good. And I guess that's enough for the weapons. So we'll finish with my favorite one, which is the Kraken. And you can already tell, nice explosion, and just the fact that I saved the best for last. Like, it's my favorite directive weapon on infantry. It's fucking sick. You know, what can you say? It has basically the C4 arch effect when the thing blows up. It has really nice textures, which the textures, I don't know if you notice, here I turned all my settings on high, and I guess NSO isn't the best one to show because you can't really tell your axiom effects on NSO. But you'll see, if you go back in the video, you'll see every Iraq's weapon, like the Beetlejuice, all these things, they have kind of Iraq's texture effects, just like the Kraken has. When you're on low, these disappear. Like it just becomes like a plain red or purple or blue, yellow weapon. You don't have the textures moving around and shit. Except for the Kraken. The Kraken, for some reason, you know, you'll lose the explosion effects and shit on low, but it still keeps its textures, which I find really cool. Sadly, it's basically just a Decimator reskin, so yeah, I don't know. Like, I wish they added a little bit more damage, because, you know, when you Deci in the SF with composite armor, or even if your rocket hits at a weird angle, sometimes the guy will just live, and, you know, pop his fire suppression and just fuck off, which is kind of annoying. So I do wish they give you that extra damage threshold to get the one-hit kill on composite ESFs. Or maybe even just shed the reload a little bit, because the 6-second reload on the Deci is a bit much, in my opinion. Like, again, there's a mini game where, you know, you can just reload it before the animation actually finishes. But, yeah, like, I don't know, I would have liked something a bit more special with this, like either a little bit more damage or a shorter reload. Still, my favorite weapon. You know, I'd say it's definitely not worth the grind, especially free to play. Like definitely recommend buying the other two Destinies. Now even the decimated, the Masamune, I mean, counts for the directive, so you should do that one as well because it's one hit kill, and that way you have 4 good launchers, and then you just have to do a shit one. It's still a hell of a grind for not a lot, to be honest. Like I do love the way it looks, but if you don't care about aesthetics, yeah, you're not gonna notice a difference. So that's about it. I guess I'll put a clip at the end of just some normal gameplay with where I take like a shot of like the Kraken, you know, on low settings. That way you understand what I mean. Like the textures are still there. And yeah, if you have any questions about a specific directive, if you want to see something, I guess I'll go on DS because it's a bit, yeah, just easier to demonstrate. Because yeah, I've done basically all the infantry directives multiple times in terms of weapons and armors. I've done them on all factions. I've done them, yeah, I mean, you just look here. Everything's done, even the fucking max. The vehicles I don't really touch. Like I've done the lightning, the mag, and the sunny, but that's about it. Assault rifles, carbines, launchers, light machine guns. I've done all this on all factions multiple times. So if you need advice for this, and my video wasn't clear, I mean, drop a comment. I'll be happy to help. For the specialty, I've done all I could. The problem with my account is that for some reason, I can't fucking spend money on the game, which is probably a good thing because they don't deserve it anyways. But yeah, PayPal doesn't work. None of the credit cards work. Debit cards don't work. The fucking Steam doesn't even work. So I can't spend money in this game. So everything I've done was free to play. So you'll see for the exceptionals, that's why I had to rack the fucking flare gun and some knives. And then, yeah, everything else I have here was gifted. So, yeah, if you want me to do certain directives, I will do them. You just have to gift me the thing. And then, yeah, the other ones I can talk about. I mean, yeah, there's not too much to talk about, but if you want a more in-depth thing, like if you want to rack the flare gun, I can give you tips on how to do that. If you want to do the launchers one, I can give you tips on how to do that. Same for everything else. That's about it.
Enemy pilot destroyed.